A level that attracts success naturally. Living with faith and gratitude does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist. It means facing reality with a different posture. It means saying, yes, the situation looks hard, but I believe it will work out. It means saying, yes, I don't have everything I want yet, but I am thankful for everything I already have. This mindset keeps you positive, hopeful, and energized, which in turn makes you more creative, more resilient, and more attractive to opportunities. In the end, faith and gratitude are not just habits for success, they are habits for life. They ensure that your journey is meaningful, not just profitable. They protect you from burnout because your motivation comes from a deeper place than just material gain. They keep you joyful even when the results take time to show up. And most importantly, they connect you to a sense of purpose that is bigger than yourself. Faith tells you that there is always more possible, and gratitude reminds you that there is always enough right now. Together, they create a powerful magnet for success that no obstacle can resist. Resilience is one of the most important qualities that separates those who succeed massively from those who give up too soon. Life will always present challenges, disappointments, and unexpected roadblocks, but resilience allows you to keep going when others would stop. It is the strength of character that helps you bend without breaking, stumble without falling permanently, and fail without calling yourself a failure. Resilience is not about pretending everything is easy. It is about facing the storms head on, knowing that the storm will pass and that you will come out stronger on the other side. It is the muscle that grows every time you recover from a setback, and over time, that muscle becomes one of your greatest assets in attracting massive success. The reality is that no worthwhile goal comes without obstacles. Every entrepreneur, leader, or achiever you admire has faced moments where quitting seemed easier than continuing. Some had financial struggles, others had health crises, and many faced rejection after rejection before anyone recognized their talent. The difference between those who succeeded and those who disappeared is resilience. Success is rarely about who is the most talented or the most connected. More often, it is about who can endure the longest without losing hope. Resilience is the invisible edge that keeps you in the game until the breakthrough comes. Resilience also changes the way you perceive challenges. Instead of seeing problems as signs that you are on the wrong path, resilience allows you to interpret them as opportunities for growth. When something goes wrong, the average person thinks, "Why me?" But a resilient person thinks, "What can I learn from this? How can this make me better?" This shift in mindset is powerful because it keeps you from being stuck in self-pity or frustration. Instead of giving your energy to complaining, you channel it into creativity and problem solving. And over time, this mindset compounds into wisdom, resourcefulness, and the ability to handle bigger responsibilities, which is exactly what massive success requires. Another vital part of resilience is emotional stability. Success does not come to those who are controlled by their emotions. It comes to those who can regulate their emotions even in the face of pressure. Resilient people feel disappointment, fear, and frustration just like anyone else. But they don't allow those feelings to dictate their decisions. They know that emotions are temporary, but choices have lasting consequences. By choosing to act based on principles rather than moods, resilient individuals build trust, credibility, and consistency, traits that attract opportunities and people who want to work with them. Resilience is also deeply connected to perseverance. When you are resilient, you understand that failure is never final unless you quit. Every no brings you closer to a yes, and every setback carries a lesson that moves you closer to your goal. It is not about ignoring difficulties, but about refusing to let difficulties define you. Many people are talented but not resilient. They shine for a season but disappear at the first sign of hardship. On the other hand, resilient people often surpass their more talented peers simply because they refuse to give up. In the long run, persistence beats brilliance when brilliance lacks resilience. One of the overlooked benefits of resilience is the confidence it builds. Every time you overcome a challenge, you prove to yourself that you are capable. That inner record of victories becomes a reservoir of strength you can draw on when the next challenge arises. You can look back and say, if I survived that, I can handle this. That confidence radiates to others as well. People are naturally drawn to leaders who remain calm under pressure and optimistic in adversity. Resilience not only helps you succeed personally, but also inspires those around you to keep going. It is also important to recognize that resilience does not mean going through hardships alone. Part of being resilient is building a support system of mentors, peers, and loved ones who can encourage you when your strength feels low. Even the strongest people need reminders of their vision and their worth. Resilience is not isolation, it is the courage to keep moving forward, sometimes leaning on others for strength but never abandoning the mission. Ultimately, resilience is not about avoiding pain but about transforming pain into progress. The struggles you endure become part of your testimony, the story that gives you credibility and influence. People trust those who have scars because scars prove that you have survived battles. And the more battles you survive, the more unstoppable you become. This is why resilience is such a powerful magnet for success. It ensures that no matter how many times life tries to knock you down, you will always rise again. Massive success belongs to those who outlast the difficulties. The road is never smooth, but resilience makes the bumps bearable and the setbacks temporary. It keeps you in alignment with your vision when circumstances try to distract you. It allows you to experience the fullness of your potential without being derailed by fear or frustration. With resilience, every trial becomes a testimony, every failure becomes feedback, and every delay becomes preparation for something greater. Resilience does not just help you survive the journey to success, it ensures that you thrive once you arrive. Gratitude is one of the most underestimated habits when it comes to attracting massive success, yet it is one of the most powerful forces that can completely transform your journey. Many people think success is only about strategy, discipline, and hard work, and while those are important, they often overlook the spiritual and emotional dimensions of achievement. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be because it changes the way you see your present while preparing you for a greater future. Gratitude is not passive, it is an active decision to focus on what is good, to appreciate what is working, and to honor the progress you have already made. When you live in gratitude, you operate on a higher frequency that attracts opportunities, relationships, and resources into your life almost effortlessly. The first thing gratitude does is reframe your perspective. Most people focus on what they lack, and by doing so, they reinforce a scarcity mindset. They see only what is missing, which leads to frustration, stress, and negativity. Gratitude flips that mindset. Instead of obsessing over what you don't yet have, it teaches you to celebrate what you do have. Maybe you don't have the financial freedom you desire, but you do have skills, health, connections, and opportunities that others would love to have. Maybe you haven't reached your ultimate goal yet, but you have made progress compared to where you were a year ago. Gratitude magnifies progress and minimizes discouragement. And because your focus determines your feelings, gratitude makes the journey lighter and more joyful, even before the ultimate success arrives. Another reason gratitude is so powerful is that it draws more of what you appreciate into your life. This principle is simple. Whatever you recognize, you multiply. If you constantly complain, you multiply frustration. If you constantly celebrate blessings, you multiply blessings. Gratitude is a magnet because it signals to God, the universe, and even the people around you that you are ready for more. Nobody wants to pour into someone who never acknowledges what they already have, but people are eager to help, invest, and support someone who radiates thankfulness and joy. Gratitude creates a cycle of abundance where blessings continue to flow, because you prove that you value them. Gratitude also affects your relationships in profound ways. Success is never a solo journey, it always involves people. When you are genuinely grateful, people feel appreciated in your presence. They want to work with you, collaborate with you, and stay loyal to you because gratitude makes them feel valued. A leader who operates in gratitude builds trust and loyalty far more effectively than one who only criticizes or demands more. And since opportunities almost always come through people, gratitude becomes a secret weapon for building lasting and fruitful connections. On a personal level, gratitude also builds resilience. Life will test you with setbacks and disappointments, and if your focus is only on what went wrong, you will easily lose motivation. But gratitude reminds you that even in the darkest times, there is still something to be thankful for. Gratitude allows you to see the lesson in the loss, the opportunity in the obstacle, and the blessing in the burden. That doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect, but it does mean finding strength by acknowledging that even hardships can serve a purpose. Gratitude transforms trials into teachers and ensures that you don't waste your pain, but instead use it as fuel for growth. Another benefit of gratitude is that it keeps you humble. Success can sometimes make people arrogant, and arrogance is often the beginning of a downfall. Gratitude reminds you that everything you achieve is not just the result of your own effort, but also the result of divine favor, timing, and the support of others. When you stay grateful, you remain grounded. You don't take success for granted, and you don't look down on others because you remember that everything could have been different without the blessings you received. Humility and gratitude keep you aligned with your values so that your success is not only massive but also meaningful and sustainable. Gratitude also fuels a positive mindset that impacts your creativity and performance. When you are grateful, you are less stressed, more optimistic, and more open to possibilities. A grateful heart does not waste time worrying about what cannot be controlled. It focuses on what can be done with what is already available. This mindset frees up energy that would otherwise be drained by negativity and redirects it into innovation and action. That is why grateful people often seem to have more ideas, more joy, and more momentum than those who are stuck in constant complaining. The beauty of gratitude is that it does not depend on external circumstances. It is a choice you make daily. You can choose to be grateful before your bank account is full, before your goals are achieved, and before your dream is realized. In fact, gratitude before success is one of the greatest demonstrations of faith. It shows that you trust the process, that you believe in the future, and that you are content in the present. This balance of contentment and ambition is rare, but it is what makes gratitude such a powerful habit. It keeps you hungry for more without making you miserable in the meantime. In the end, gratitude is not just about being polite or positive. It is about unlocking the flow of abundance into your life. It turns every small win into fuel for bigger victories. It builds deeper relationships, greater resilience, and stronger faith. Gratitude attracts success because it proves that you know how to handle blessings when they come, and when you handle blessings well, more blessings follow. Gratitude ensures that success does not only come to you but also stays with you, multiplying year after year. Habits are the hidden architecture of success. While most people believe that success is determined by one big break, one life-changing event, or a single lucky opportunity, the truth is that success is the byproduct of the small, repeated actions you take every day. The little things you do consistently, often without even thinking about them, shape the direction of your life far more than the occasional moments of inspiration or intensity. That is why habits are so critical. They create the foundation upon which your entire destiny is built. If your habits are aligned with your vision, they will gradually and inevitably pull you towards success. If your habits are misaligned or destructive, they will sabotage you no matter how talented or ambitious you are. The power of habits lies in their ability to compound over time. Just as money grows through compound interest, Your daily disciplines accumulate results that may seem invisible at first but become undeniable with consistency. For example, reading for 20 minutes a day may not seem like much, but over the course of a year, that adds up to several books which expand your knowledge, sharpen your perspective, and increase your opportunities. Exercising regularly may not transform your body overnight, but over time it gives you energy, health, and confidence that spill over into every other area of life. On the flip side, small negative habits also compound. A little procrastination here, a little laziness there, and soon you find yourself far behind where you wanted to be. That is why habits are either your greatest ally or your greatest enemy, and the choice is always yours. One of the reasons habits are so powerful is that they operate on autopilot. Once a behavior becomes habitual, it requires little conscious effort to maintain. This is both a blessing and a curse. If you build positive habits, your success feels almost effortless because you are being carried by routines that push you in the right direction. But if you let negative habits take root, failure becomes automatic, because you are being carried by routines that drag you in the wrong direction. This is why it is so important to be intentional about the habits you create. You cannot rise to the level of your goals, you will always fall to the level of your habits. Habits also reflect identity. The actions you repeat consistently reveal the kind of person you believe yourself to be. If you want to change your life, you must first change your habits, because your habits shape your sense of self. For example, if you consistently wake up early, read, exercise, and plan your day, you start to see yourself as a disciplined and focused person. That identity reinforces the behavior, creating a cycle of growth. On the other hand, if you constantly skip responsibilities, waste time, and make excuses, you begin to see yourself as lazy or incapable, which reinforces failure. By changing habits, you change not only what you do, but also who you believe you are, and that shift in identity is what transforms your destiny. Another critical aspect of habits is that they protect you in moments of weakness. Motivation is unreliable, it comes and goes. But habits are stable because they are ingrained routines. When you don't feel like working, your habits carry you. When you feel discouraged, your habits keep you moving forward. Habits make your success independent of your moods, and that consistency is what separates achievers from dreamers. Dreamers rely on inspiration, achievers rely on discipline. Habits create discipline, and discipline guarantees results. It's also important to recognize that building new habits often requires discomfort in the beginning. Starting to wake up earlier, saving money instead of spending it, or investing time into personal growth may feel hard at first because your mind and body resist change. But once the habit is established, it becomes easier, even natural. What once felt like a sacrifice becomes second nature, and the rewards begin to far outweigh the initial effort. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Choosing the right habits now saves you from the regrets of an undisciplined life later. Habits also have a ripple effect. One good habit often creates others. For example, when you develop the habit of exercising, you may naturally begin to eat better, sleep better, and manage your time more effectively. This domino effect accelerates growth in every area of your life. The same is true of negative habits. One unhealthy decision often leads to more. This is why success is rarely about making huge, dramatic changes all at once. It is about choosing a few key habits, committing to them consistently, and allowing them to transform your life step by step. Another reason habits are so crucial is that they determine how you respond under pressure. In stressful moments, people don't rise to the level of their goals, they fall to the level of their training. That training is made up of habits. A person who has built the habit of staying calm, planning ahead, and acting strategically will navigate challenges with clarity. A person who has built the habit of panicking, avoiding problems, or procrastinating will collapse under the same pressure. Habits shape your reflexes in life. and those reflexes often determine your results more than your plans. Ultimately, your destiny is hidden in your daily routines. Show me your habits, and I can predict your future. This is not about perfection, but about direction. Every habit is a vote for the person you are becoming. Question is whether your habits are casting votes for the life you desire or for the life you dread. If you want massive success, you cannot afford to leave your habits to chance. You must design them with intention, practice them with discipline, and protect them with vigilance. Because in the end, habits don't just influence your destiny, they create it. True success is not just about acquiring wealth, fame, or recognition. It is about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success in every area of life. Too often, people chase after the external rewards of success without realizing that those rewards are simply reflections of who they have become on the inside. The cars, the houses, the money, and the accolades are not the essence of success. They are byproducts. The real victory is internal transformation, the evolution of your character, mindset, and values into something greater. When you focus on becoming, success stops being something you run after and starts being something you attract, almost like a magnet. This is why so many people who suddenly acquire wealth or fame without inner growth end up losing it. Lottery winners, for example, often go bankrupt within a few years because they never develop the discipline, wisdom, and perspective to handle that level of prosperity. On the other hand, someone who has built the inner qualities of patience, vision, discipline, and resilience can lose everything and rebuild it again, often stronger than before. Your circumstance, but in the PNATIENCE. This is why becoming is far more important than acquiring. When you focus on becoming, you shift your attention from temporary results to lasting transformation. You stop asking, "What can I get right now?" and start asking, "Who am I becoming through this process?" That shift is powerful because it ensures that every experience, whether success or failure, contributes to your growth. Even setbacks become valuable because they teach you lessons that shape your character. When you focus only on outcomes, failure feels devastating. But when you focus on becoming, failure is simply another step in your evolution. Another key dimension of becoming is alignment. True success means living in alignment with your values and your purpose. It means you are not just chasing money or status for their own sake, but you are using your gifts and talents in a way that fulfills you and serves others. When you live in alignment, your work feels meaningful. Your relationships feel authentic, and your achievements feel satisfying rather than empty. Success without alignment is exhausting because you may reach your goals only to realize they don't bring the fulfillment you expected. But when you are becoming your best self, success feels natural and joyful because it reflects who you are at your core. Becoming also means developing the capacity to handle success without being destroyed by it. Many people dream of influence or wealth, but without growth, those things can crush them. True success requires emotional maturity, humility, and wisdom. If you have not become the kind of person who can handle stress, criticism, or responsibility, success can turn into a burden rather than a blessing. But if you have taken the time to grow internally, you can carry the weight of success with grace. You can enjoy prosperity without being consumed by greed, and you can lead others without being corrupted by power. Focusing on becoming also impacts how you see others. When you are secure in your own growth, you don't need to compete or compare. You can celebrate other people's victories without feeling threatened, because you know that their success doesn't diminish yours. This creates stronger relationships and networks, which are essential for lasting success. People are drawn to those who are confident in who they are becoming, because that kind of confidence is rare and magnetic. Another aspect of true success is that it is generational. When you focus on becoming, you don't just achieve for yourself. You become the kind of person who leaves a legacy. You pass on wisdom, values, and habits that outlive you. The external rewards may fade, but the impact of who you became continues through the people you influenced and inspired. This is why success is not measured only by what you achieve, but also by who you help, who you uplift, and who you inspire along the way. Becoming also requires humility and self-awareness. It means being willing to acknowledge your weaknesses and work on them, rather than pretending they don't exist. It means being open to feedback, correction, and growth. The most successful people are lifelong learners who understand that there is always another level to reach. They do not see themselves as finished products, but as works in progress. This humility keeps them growing and evolving, which in turn keeps success flowing into their lives. Ultimately, true success is about becoming the kind of person who does not need to chase opportunities because opportunities chase them. It is about cultivating inner qualities, discipline, gratitude, resilience, vision, generosity, and integrity that naturally attract the right people, resources, and circumstances. External achievements will come and go, but the person you become lasts forever. The question is not just, what am I achieving, but who am I becoming in the process? Because when you become the best version of yourself, success becomes not just possible but inevitable.